Prince Harry has been blasted by a royal commentator for saying he wanted to make sure the Queen was protected after a recent reunion with his grandmother. Robert Jobson has slapped down Prince Harry over comments the Duke made to an American TV network after his recent brief meeting with the Queen last week. Mr. Jobson branded the remarks by Harry as bizarre and argued the Duke was displaying narcissism in the extreme. GB News host Eamonn Holmes told the royal commentator, "Prince Harry talks about being surrounded by the right people, either to protect the Queen from him or does he want his right people? It is quite an arrogant and contradictory piece of advice, surely." Mr. Jobson replied, "Well, it's narcissism to the extremes, isn't it? This is the guy that has already not seen his grandmother for a couple of years and well for a while since the funeral, and that was only fleeting. I mean, I think actions speak louder than the words, and Prince Charles, in particular, has been stepping up and supporting his mother with actions, and also all of our children, people and daughters-in-law. Like I said, Sophie Wessex and Camilla have been pretty much there all the time behind the scenes, as has Prince William. So I think for him to sort of waltz in leaving his Netflix crew just at the door and then start talking about protecting his grandmother is slightly bizarre, to be honest. It comes after the Duke of Sussex said the Queen was on great form during their recent meeting, but added he wanted to make sure that she was protected and had the right people around her. He and his wife Meghan visited the monarch and met with the Prince of Wales in Windsor on Thursday, having flown in from their home in the US before travelling on to The Hague in the Netherlands for the Invictus Games. It is the first time the couple had been seen together publicly on this side of the Atlantic for 2 years. Speaking to NBC's Today Show about his meeting with the Queen, he said being with her it was great, it was just so nice to see her, she's on great form. She's always got a great sense of humor with me, and I'm just making sure that she's protected and got the right people around her. Both Meghan and I had tea with her, so it was really nice to catch up with her. It comes days ahead of the monarch's 96th birthday on Thursday and just over a year after the funeral of her husband the Duke of Edinburgh. Prince Harry said, "Home for me now, for the time being, is in the States, and it feels that way. We've been welcomed with open arms and have such a great community up in Santa Barbara." But Harry has undone the goodwill. In the interview he boasted he was checking Her Majesty is protected by the right people. Put aside, this was a patronizing comment about a woman who has guided her country with consummate wisdom for 70 years. It was a grotesque, and idiotic, insult to Prince Charles and Prince William, whom he also pointedly refused to say he misses. While Harry has navel-gazed with his woke California chums for 2 years, they have worked tirelessly to look after her. When the Queen needed support at Prince Philip's memorial service last month, they provided it. And where was the Duke for his grandfather's send-off? In the States, seemingly unwilling to interrupt his busy schedule and sulking over his failed demand for police protection in Britain. But is anyone surprised by his toxicity? He has previously branded his family racist and hurtfully accused Charles and the Queen of being dysfunctional parents. These comments will no doubt, unintentionally, add potency to Harry and Meghan's documentary with Netflix, which is paying them £100 million.